Hello and welcome to our podcast, Perform Beyond, with me, Louise Brogan, and I will be having a conversation across the next 8 episodes of this podcast with teams from VPS. I will be interviewing and having conversations with team members who work specifically on the VPS team in the financial services training area. And we cannot wait to get stuck in and share some of the work that we do and explain how we are working with our clients. Today, I'm joined by Colin and Maureen, who are working out of our Dublin base. And I'm going to let them introduce themselves, starting with yourself, Colin, please.
Thanks, Louise. Good morning, and good morning, Maureen, as well. My name is Colin Lauder. I'm the operations manager with VPS. My role as operations manager is to deliver exceptional learning experiences and learning programs to our clients, ensuring that we deliver results, value for money, and a major focus on client satisfaction, of course. I think it's also important to say that we create a sense of partnership and collaboration with our clients and our own teams as well, and indeed our partners. And for the last 18 months, I've been responsible for the delivery of a fully outsourced learning and development managed service in the financial services sector in Dublin. Let me tell you a little bit about VPS, Vertex Professional Services. We are an end-to-end learning and development solutions provider, and that includes content development, content curation, learning administration, event management, consultancy support, training delivery. And our mission is about empowering every individual and organization that we work with to achieve their potential through the provision of innovative training solutions and continuous skills development. VPS have a worldwide footprint, and we have 250 employees worldwide. Last year, we supported just on 1.2 million learners across 141 countries. And as I said, we have a worldwide footprint. So that's a brief introduction to and VPS. So Maureen, over to you to introduce yourself.
Thanks, Colin. Good morning, Louise and Colin, and everybody else who's listening. Or it could be the evening time. Who knows? You might be sitting here listening nice and chilled in the evening. Just to give you a quick introduction to who I am. My name is Maureen Owens, and I'm the learning manager within VPS. I'm currently working with one of our financial services clients, as Louise mentioned, in our Dublin office. My experience to date, I suppose I have quite a vast number of years' experience within financial services, ranging from clearing, mortgages, life and pensions, and then finally into the learning and development industry. Some of you may have seen my previous podcast where I mentioned how I actually accidentally fell into learning and development. If you haven't seen it, go have a look and listen. It's an interesting, funny story as to how I fell into it. My role within VPS as a learning manager changes and varies from day to day. It's very varied and relaxed. It's very much supporting our client.
Maureen, you and I had a conversation previously for LinkedIn Live on the VPS LinkedIn company page, which people can go and have a look at. And you didn't start off in learning and development. You had a bit of a journey to get to the role that you're in now, didn't you?
I certainly did, Louise. Learning and development was accidental probably in the last 10 years. So before that, I would have started off with clearing, mortgages, life and pensions, and a project manager. And at the time, I was a PM managing a large training program. And unfortunately, on the day of training, with a room full of 12 delegates waiting to be upskilled, my trainer actually went out sick. Unfortunately, she landed with appendicitis. So rather than having a room full of delegates head off home and having come up from all parts of the country, I had to step in as a trainer. So that was my baptism of fire into learning and development. And it's something, I suppose, that brought the love that I have for learning and development to light. In previous roles, I would have done the side-by-side training, but never formal in that formal learning and development cycle and experience. So from that, I took the enjoyment, I suppose, out of learning and development, seeing people learn, seeing people walk away with knowledge. And it's a lovely feeling to see that people have listened to what you're telling them, but they're taking that knowledge and partaking that in their day-to-day job. And that's a lovely experience. And it's a lovely feeling as a trainer to actually get it and to see people's, almost a light bulb moment going off in people's heads going, oh, I understand that now. And that's when my love of learning and development really came to light. And I followed it through then with train the trainer, formal qualifications and learning and development to be where I am today.
Yeah,
Maureen,
I love this. I mean, Colin,
Sorry.
Maureen's talking really there about how she really enjoys what she does in her role. I want to hear from you. Why you do what you do? What fires you up in business?
Yeah, I guess going back to Maureen's experience, Louise, I'm next month I'm 30 years in learning and development, and it's
Couldn't
about
be.
that. Yeah, I mean, I
Couldn't
know I don't look that old, but I've had a terrific journey in learning and development. As they say, the old saying of, every day is a school day, and it
Yeah.
most definitely is. And Maureen's passion, truly coming across there, and I'm the same. Every single day you're looking to see what impact you can have, not just on organizations, but on individual learners. Yes, you want to really understand the impact that you're having on an organization, and whether that is, pounds, shillings, and pence, whether that's impact around culture, whether that's impact on everything that they do, or whether it's on their strategy, their learning strategy, their business strategy, or whatever it happens to be. I mean, my real passion is about helping people and helping organizations, and that's why I got into it 30 years ago. Every single day looking to see where and how we can help organizations and help people be better, perform better. And in many ways, it comes back to our values, either in life or even our, VPS's values. It's about how we create added value, how we support, how we guide, how we direct the people that we work with. So, what I do every day is about trying to make improvements on everything that we do. And I've even stepped to the process side, which a lot of my job is about on a daily basis. It's about how we can make incremental improvements to everything that we do with our clients. So it's not just about the individual learners, it's about the processes, it's about the technology, it's about the things that we do, the stuff that we do every single day. How can it be better? So from a learning perspective, it encompasses everything that we do. And, I think if you work in learning and development, I suppose like any industry, you have to have that certain passion about you that comes across to your client, comes across to your team, and you're kind of leading the way in that way. And I'm really passionate about learning, really passionate about helping people.
And both of you work with the same group of alongside colleagues in the financial services sector. So for people listening in and wondering, well, what is it the VPS does? Like we're talking about learning development and helping people and everything, but you're an outsourced company. Would that be how you describe it, Maureen?
Yeah, people outsource to us.
Yes.
So we are full end-to-end solution on learning and development, and that can be anything from sourcing content, sourcing trainers, sourcing material, organizing your online learning suite to make it simple and efficient for people to actually go in and register for training. We'll register, we'll have a help desk, we'll do SLAs, we'll do reporting. So we are a full end-to-end solution. So whatever it is your learning needs are, we can support you with that. And I think that's really important for companies to realize that we're a one-stop shop for your learning and development. You don't have to go to one vendor and then another vendor and have to manage all of that. We will do all of that for you. So we're your point of contacts. We are the people you deal with on a day-to-day basis. You'll have an allocated team to your business area, and we'll be there with you on a day-to-day. And I think that's really important that people realize that they have not just a name at the end of a phone, but they have a person. And it's that personal touch really important to us.
I was just going to say, just to add on to what Maureen said, and that's really important, for clients and people to understand from a managed service perspective. For you and I, Maureen, at the moment, I mean, we live with our client basically at the moment.
Literally.
Literally, they see us, most of the week, and they see a real person. They see, eyeball to eyeball, and it's about building those collaborative relationships with your client. Up front every day, every single day, we engage with our client. So I guess one of the benefits of this sort of outsource theme is about, look, we can do everything for you, but we will work with you on a daily basis to make sure everything's working, that everything's working the way it should, that we're delivering results for you and delivering the training that you need.
Brilliant.
And it's really important that it's a collaboration and partnership. So it's not an order taker. We work in partnership with you to get the best results for your customers. Because obviously, no matter the people we work with, they have end customers. So we want to make sure that we're working with them in that supportive, collaborative role to make sure that we can get the best results for their customers. So it's a win-win for all of us. It's
Brilliant.
not a them and us type situation. It's that really strong collective relationship that we work together with. Our clients know they can pick up the phone and get us day or night. We're always available.
Brilliant. This episode is really to let everyone listening or watching in to understand a little bit about background about what we're doing at VPS. And in this podcast series, we're going to cover how this actually works. So I'm looking forward to diving into our next episode, where we're going to be talking about how we effectively onboard a new client. And Colin, do you want to give a little teaser about this episode? Like, will it be you and Maureen? Is it the Colin and Maureen show? Are we expecting anybody else?
That's a really good point. I mean, we've been very keen, obviously, with this podcast series, Louise, to introduce our team and the experts that we have working on our team. And as you rightly point out, the next episode will be about onboarding. Now, for us, onboarding can be very different depending on the client, but we'll talk, I suppose, in depth about what we've done in financial services and how we onboarded. And we've been working in financial services now for quite a few years. We'll talk a little bit about kind of the discovery phase, about how we really understand what the client is looking for from a contractual point of view, an operational point of view, and how it all links back to strategy. We'll talk a little bit about the famous 100-day plan that we talk about and how we go about implementing that, the checks and balances that we bring into play. And then the whole implementation phase of making sure it's working. I know the third podcast that we're planning will be around governance and how we sort of set up the checks and balances to make sure we're delivering what we say we deliver or should be delivering. So I will introduce Priyesh, who will come on board for the next podcast, and Priyesh will talk about his experience in project initiation and talk a little bit about what we've done in financial services. So we're looking forward to that podcast. I hope that's enough of a teaser for now.
Yes. Okay. Make sure that you subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss any of the next episodes. And of course, if you're going to binge your way through the whole lot, we would love you to leave us a rating and review and let us know your thoughts on the topics that we are discussing on our podcast. Thanks so much, Maureen and Colin. I'll talk to you on the next episode.
Okay, thanks, Louise. Fantastic. Good job. Thank you.